Oh, we all know Franklin County Children's Services as the agency dedicated to protecting children. And on the front lines of that mission are the social workers who stand up for the well-being of kids and families. Here are just a few of those workers in their own words.
I stand up for children by helping them find their forever homes.
Through the Malika program, I stand up for Black girls by supporting their transition from girlhood to womanhood.
Helping families find community and family supports can make a world of difference when it comes to child safety. Hearing the families I work with express appreciation of children's services makes being in the field worthwhile.
Well, since this is National Social Work Month, I'm happy to welcome Erin Anderson and Elvin Cannon, two of the amazing caseworkers with FCCS. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Elvin, you have been a caseworker, as you just mentioned, 27 years,
yes,
right?
I have.
A long time. Why did you choose this field all those years ago?
It seemed like an appropriate place to try to assist young people, which I enjoy doing, and it has become a lifelong work that I enjoy.
And you work a lot with the older youth, as we may call them, and you work in the emancipation department. So first explain what that focus is.
That focus is helping young people to realize their dreams and their aspirations and their career goals. So we listen to what they plan to do and we try to guide them in an effort for their plans to meet up with their actions so they'll have a good place to be once they've left our agency.
And I love, you were telling me it's kind of, this is their first taste of freedom, so to speak, right? So you have a lot to kind of go over with them as they move into that phase of life.
It's an ongoing conversation about career goals, budgeting, understanding money and saving, and making plans. And as in many cases, it's not perfection on the first try. So we have an aftercare program that continues with our young people after they've even left our agency, because we know things don't always go well the first time you try them.
I have heard that you are someone that goes that extra mile for these kids, right? Just rumor has it.
Okay.
Elvin, okay, stick with me on this. So tell us what you enjoy most. What drives you day after day to continue working for these kids?
The hope and the opportunity to be a part of their lives and to help them shape and mold. And it always is refreshing to see someone meet you on the street later in the store or at a gas station and reach out their hand and say thank you for what you did to help us.
Yeah, that must be pretty amazing. All right, so Erin, how long have you been with FCCS?
I've been with the agency for 6 years.
Okay, and your work, you're an ongoing caseworker, so what does that entail for you?
So as an ongoing caseworker, you're going to work with the family the duration that the case remains open, and that's after the initial investigation period. And then during that time you're working with the families, you're going to be referring them for community resources in the area to assist them with, the concerns and the issues of why they're involved with the agency.
And the thing is, I'm sure both of you have seen families with some pretty tough circumstances. It is the work you do. So I'm going to ask you kind of the same thing I asked Elvin. In what drives you to keep going, to keep working for these families in light of the fact that they're going through some pretty tough times?
The end result, you see such a positive change in so many people's lives, and being able to witness that, and it keeps you coming back and wanting to continue helping.
Do you have
with that.
a success story in that you'd like to share with us?
I think anytime a child's able to reunify with their parents is a success, and observing that parents can overcome these obstacles, whether it's substance abuse or mental health, being able to see the children return to their parents is a success for everyone involved.
I would imagine, Elvin, I can see you nodding over there. Probably you've seen a lot of those in your time.
You see a lot of those, and it's wonderful when we have a young person that perhaps graduates from high school and or college, and to see the parents there being proud of their child and knowing that, yes, it did happen, and then we've been a part of that. That kind of helps us along as well. Sure.
Okay, so Elvin, what do you want the community to know about the mission of Franklin County Children's Services?
That we're here to serve children and families, and the reunification part is a serious part of what we do. We try to assist families to stay together, perhaps with some assistance from us, professional assistance from time to time, but that reunification is still a major part of what we do.
Okay, so if either of you would give advice, a younger person out there thinking, maybe I'm going to become a social worker, what would you say to them, Erin, that might kind of push them towards this field as being something that they would be interested in?
I would say to go into it knowing that it can be a difficult field, but not to let that deter you. from moving forward with it, because in the end, the success that you see, it's rewarding in itself.
Okay, Elvin, any final words of wisdom from you?
No, I agree with her that you go in with your eyes open, knowing that it's challenging and that everything won't be a success, but there are some small successes and you must count them as well.
Okay, definitely. All right, you guys, thank you so much for what you do and for sharing it with us today.
Thank you.